friends, welcome back. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. It is May, which means it's time to talk about the books that I am planning on reading this month. We have just finished our co-op, and April was a very surprising month for me. And when I do my wrap up, I'll talk more about that. But with as much that April brought, I have decided to kind of take a little step back. I am not really a great mood reader because I am scared to miss a good book or to start a new book. So I always rely a little bit more heavily on a TBR list. But this month, I'm going to try again to do more mood reading. With that, I do have some books that I would like to read. And I have two readathons, well, 3 readathons going on this month that I am excited to participate in. The first one is going to be the full month of May, and that is Escape the Haunted House by Books with Lexi. I'll leave a link below for her page and the announcement video. But in this, we are in a haunted house and we're trying to escape. Have I chosen what team I'm on? Not yet. Go figure. But there's not really a lot of prompts yet for this one. The only time that we get prompts is when we come to a door, and then we will have to read a specific book to get through. And so with this, we are just logging a certain number of books before the prompt drops. So that's kind of, the prompts will come throughout the month, which should help me to not end up in a slump because there will be prompts to push me through each week. So that's nice. Also, another reason I was mood reading this month is at the end of the month is the late night cruise, 72 hours in the Smut Den. I had so much fun with this last year, and so this year I'm expecting to have just as much fun with it. But again, it's one that you spin a wheel and you get a prompt. So I'm not really worried about that weekend either, but that's the last weekend of the month. The other readathon that's going on also takes place in the last weekend of the month, and that is the final book support group. This is just kind of a readathon encouraging us to finish books we have in progress, or series we have in progress. Since Steph began this, I want to say a year ago, maybe 2, I have almost knocked out all of my series that I have in progress, with the exception of a few that I've started this year. So I'm not super worried if I'm not able to participate in that weekend one, just due to how my prompts land for the late night cruise, Smut Den. So we'll see how that goes. But the late night crew, because of doing the Smut Den, are not going to do a monthly pick this month. It's just too much for everyone to try to do the Smut Den and have sprints together for our book club pick. And the final book club pick that I'm looking at reading during May is for the Pyramid Book Club. This is Lexi, Michelle, and Monica's book club. I'll leave a link below for that. But this is A Black and Endless Sky by Matthew Lyons. And this is a road trip book. We have two siblings who used to be inseparable. But 12 years ago, there was a rift that began between them. And so now they're taking a road trip, cross-country road trip back to their hometown in Albuquerque, hoping to mend their broken relationship along the way. This has a lot of horror thriller mixed in, and so I am really excited to see what's going to happen in this. As with any thriller, I try not to read too much into them because I want to discover those twists and turns as I go. So, two siblings on a road trip trying to mend their broken relationship. That's plenty enough for me. Again, that's A Black and Endless Sky by Matthew Lyons. Another book that I am looking at reading this month is actually a part of a series that I started in. Did I start it? Either in March or April. And this is Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. This is the continuation of Vicious. And in this one we have two extraordinary best friends in college. They have a separation of ways due to one of them believing that he basically is God's gift to humankind, and it is his job to expel all extraordinaries from the earth. And so this is going to continue that story from where we left off with Vicious. I really had a great time with Vicious, so I am excited to continue it. I've loved all of V.E. Schwab's writing so far, so this one should be a lot of fun as well. The next series that I'm looking at continuing is actually one that I didn't get to in April due to it being the end of the year and having so much going on there. I was a little intimidated by this one. And that is continuing Outlander. These are really chunky books, and so it was just not top priority in April to finish this one. But this is Voyager, the third book in the series where Claire has found out at the end of the second book that Jamie is still alive, and she is going to travel back in time to reunite with her husband. Another series that I have been reading and haven't finished yet is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is the newest book that she currently has for the Court of Thorns and Roses series. And this one is actually more of a companion series. In the first 4 court books, we are following one sister. In A Court of Silver Flames, we're following one of the main characters' sisters from the first set, and how she is handling the changes that have been thrust upon her. This one does have a lot of smut in it, so while it would go really well with the smut den, this book is also very, very chunky. I think it has 750 pages for this. Not a good idea to try to finish it in 72 hours. and get several others read. I have a feeling if I read this one, it would be the entire weekend on one book. So I probably won't read it for Smut Den, but we'll try to read it this month. Sticking with the theme of series that I have previously started and not finished, I have Serpent and Dove. This is by Shobi Mahurin. This one, I read Serpent and Dove several years ago and just never continued the next book when Blood and Honey came out. And so I'm looking forward to going back and rereading Serpent and Dove and then continuing on the series, especially since I have finished out many series that I have going on or had going on at the beginning of the year. So this one is following a witch and a chaussier. This is a special position in the church, and his job is to work on getting rid of the witches in the area. But they end up falling in love without realizing that they are on opposite sides of the spectrum. One being hunted and the other the hunter. And so this plays with those kind of themes. I really enjoyed this first one when I read it, and I'm excited to reread it along with finishing the series. And now for some standalones that I am hoping to be able to read during the month of May. Because it is summer for me, one that I'm looking forward to reading is Book Lovers. This, a couple years ago, or last year, was on Modern Mrs. Darcy's summer reading list. I really enjoyed People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read, and so this one, I love Emily Henry's writing, so I'm excited to read this one. My younger sister has read it and put all kinds of sticky notes in it as she was annotating things. So I'll kind of get to see her thoughts as I read through it and enjoy the rom-com that this book is going to be. In Book Lovers, we have Nora Stevens, and she loves books. Life is books. She's read everything out there. And she does not see herself as a heroine. And so she's going to go to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina in August when her sister begs her for a sister's trip away. And then there's going to be a meet cute that happens between Nora and Charlie Lastra. So I'm excited to read this. It has been on my TBR for quite a while, so hopefully this month I will get to it. Another book I have had on my TBR list for almost a year now is The Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreet. This is one that I got in a little free library, and just the synopsis seemed really intriguing to me. If I remember correctly, we have, so we have this couple who are doing great things in the world. They feel that their marriage is great. And then the wife starts seeing holes in their marriage. And kind of that feel of something isn't right. Things aren't as storybook as they seem. So this one is one that I am looking forward to reading during May, even if it's just to get it off of my TBR cart. Another book that I'm looking forward to reading this month is The London Seance Society. This is by Sarah Pinner. She also wrote The Lost Apothecary. I really loved that one and enjoyed the dual timelines going on in it. London Seance looks that it's going to be a little bit different. Everything seems to take place in 1873. Yes, 1873. We have a woman who's trying to figure out what happened to her sister, and she goes to a seance, even though I guess she doesn't believe in that, doesn't believe in the occult world, but goes ahead and goes to this seance to try to solve the mystery of her sister's murder. So, I'm really looking forward to this one. Sarah Pinner did a great job with the Lost Apothecary. I am a little leery going in because I enjoyed the dual timeline so much with that one, but it should be a good time either way. And the last book that I'm really hoping that I read during the month of May is Lucy Foley's The Paris Apartment. I have read her The Guest List and really enjoyed kind of the twists and turns that came in that mystery. And so, or not mystery, thriller. And so this one too is another thriller. I loved the way that the back kind of set the stage. Meet the residents of number 12, a beautiful old apartment building in the City of Light. The socialite, the nice guy, the alcoholic, the girl on the verge, the concierge. Everyone is a neighbor, everyone is a suspect, and everyone knows something they're not telling. So, this looks like it will be a really quick read, a good time to be had with that as well. So what are you looking forward to reading during May? Are you like me and doing more of a mood read month, or do you have some very specific um books that you want to read on your TBR? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe my video if you enjoyed this so that I know kind of in the future what videos to keep doing. I'll see you soon.